In the second film, Betjeman gets out of London, significantly by train, which he loved, rather than by car, which he hated. In 1972, England wasn't curling at the edges in quite the way it is today. The seaside still cocky and cheeky rather than seedy and run down. So there's a sense of lost innocence about the film. Old ladies with bad feet, placid husbands, and fashion making the young, as so often in retrospect, seem already middle-aged. And the film ends, as so many of Betjeman's poems do, with him wondering about mortality.
Thank God it's Sunday. What do most Londoners do on Sunday? They leave it. Most comfortably of all, of course, by rail from Fenchurch Street over brick arches. Who would want to stay behind in an inhuman slab of council flats built in the priggish 1960s when sea and country call? We leave by every means we can. Swiftly eastwards, through Stepney, Barking, Dagenham, Upminster, electric railway, diesel, coach and bus, car and motorbike, bypass and high road. Eastward and further east, until the last brick box is out of sight. And then we see the wide, enormous marsh of Essex, London's nearest real countryside, and join the others speeding to Southend. Hold on, what's that? A different sort of noise. And now we're in a different sort of train. We're travelling down Southend Pier by tram for 1.5 miles towards the coast of France, the longest pier in the world. Was it perhaps a mid-Victorian dream of bringing England close to France at last and getting there on foot? Or was it to build an elongated jetty for vessels making for the Thameses mouth? At any rate, today upon the pier they sell a map which shows you where to find the different kinds of fish the estuary yields and what's the bait to use. To southward, from Southend across the Thames, you faintly see along the Kentish coast the oil refineries which work on Sunday. Give me Sunday here, sniffing the salt sea air and salt sea water. Sundays of patience, waiting for a bite. Sunday, the day when fathers push the pram. Sunday for lovers walking in the wind. Sunday for running to catch the lunchtime tram and missing it. It doesn't matter here. Time's of no consequence in kind Southend. An unpretentious, breezy, friendly place. I like Southend. East London on the sea. Southend, where Charlie Chaplin as a child first saw the real sea and thought it was a wall of sky blue water. I can't like motor traffic. on the Sunday struggle out of London's south, through the Sussex Downs to the sea, motor traffic. It smells nasty, it looks nasty, it's out of place in a human-scale village street. It's like a poisonous snake, a killer too. Not even a bit of nonsense like that makes a motor car agreeable, and driving a car makes the mildest man competitive and turns him to a fiend. All this for a first sight of the sea. Early morning Brighton waits in Sunday early morning calm, waits for the inflow of the human tide. Seaside people are a friendly race because their job is looking after strangers and trying to make them happy for a fee. I think that clever patron of the arts, the spendthrift Prince Regent, later George IV, with his pavilion, parties, mistresses, gave Brighton the cheerful smile which has never left its face. Old Ocean's Bauble, it once was called, and the name still suits it. It's a toy shop for London, open on Sunday. A place to lie back in and to look around and wonder who is who. Of all things that this toy shop has to show, the favourite's the most dangerous toy of all, the English Channel. Oh, friendly and luxurious at the edge, delightful to the lazy and the tired. Look at it, breathe it, listen to it, but do not try to cross it. How comfortable the roar that rakes the shingle, the feel of rounded pebbles underfoot. The Brighton English Channel seems a friend. And most people have come down for the day. Swell bookies, shorthand typists, acrobats, from Reigate, Purley Oaks and Thornton Heath. Old Ocean's Bauble. Yes, indeed she is. Confectionery Brighton in the sun. Regardless of the sunlight on the sea, the businessman discusses stocks and shares. Regardless of the whisper of the waves, ladies compare the prices at the sales. And some are old, but still cling on to life. And some are young and wonder what it's for. For some, this is the first time they've been down. For others, perhaps the last. For more and more, it's a first view of England and its coast. I wonder what that lady used to do, so unattracted to the sleeping youth. A cook, a missionary, a lady don, and is she self-sufficient or afraid? The joyous time of Sunday lunch is near. Theirs is a set one in a private hotel. From this point, we can survey the whole field of seaside sociology, its income brackets and that sort of jargon. These can't have come from far in that uncomfortable position. Or if they've come from London, she must be absolutely mad about him. And all of us would rather go by bus than sit frustrated in a stuffy car, and all of us will want to view the sea. What are the girlfriends talking of? Men or starfish? What the palmist said, Madame Gymkhana and her crystal ball? How different this is than the bus to work. 19, for instance, or the 22.
Sorry. Oh dear, was that
A day of recreation and of rest. But oh, it still is travelling along. On Sunday morning, matins or morning prayer, the Mass or Eucharist, whichever they like to call it, is over in Bosham Church. But still she paints, forgetful of the time and food and other people. Absorbed in what she sees, she puts it down. Happy, contented, quiet, competent. Under those stones, the local farmers lie. Their old brick houses mostly have been bought by businessmen who mess about with boats. The old church looks forlornly from the shore, and very curious things it seems to see. What explanation can there be of this? I wonder why that man is wearing tails. That's going to leave a trail of misery behind it in the country lanes. Those two rugged workers may well be retired admirals. Such is the camaraderie of the sea.